In March 2008, a group of 14 students headed out into the wild Serengeti, where we would experience firsthand that which we had studied in the classroom. The journey was long, and when we finally got to Arusha, our first destination, we felt like we had entered an entirely different world. We left Arusha the next morning and headed into the Ngorongoro Conservation Area and the Serengeti National Park. This is the Serengeti. After driving for hours, we were greeted with this beautiful and breathtaking view. The plains seemed to stretch endlessly before us, and the sunsets were always spectacular. The Serengeti is renowned for the wealth of wildlife, and we were fortunate enough to see a huge variety of animals while there.
I got the most out of it was working with the Maasai and getting to know them and trying to communicate was really challenging and really a great kind of lesson, I guess, and to like cross that barrier of culture and stuff like that. And I had one moment with one girl where I had a whole bunch of silver bracelets on my wrist, and I traded her one of my silver bracelets for one of her silver bracelets, and it was just like through the communication and everything, it was just a really, really cool experience. And I think that just by talking to the people and getting to know the area and the land, you kind of understand where they're coming from and why when you read about it in the newspaper and stuff like that. So I think I got a lot out of experience and just making myself a little bit more global.
So my favorite animal experience was definitely with the elephants. So one day we just got really lucky. As we were driving along, just a big herd of elephants was walking by, and we were able to see a mother elephant nursing her young, which is a really rare opportunity, just because usually the elephants are very protective when they're with their young. They may get kind of aggressive and charge the car, so sometimes it's not a good idea to be around when the mother's nursing their young, but we managed to get pretty close, and because it was just such a rare opportunity, that just made it even more of an amazing experience. And then at another point, while the herd was walking by, a big bull elephant, a male, knocked down a full-size tree in front of us. And that was just awe-inspiring, seeing just the power of that beast when it knocked down a tree. And as soon as it did that, it turned on the car and walked right up to us. And I just remember my heart was just pounding, just thinking that if he wanted to, he'd just completely knock over our car.
Probably when I handed the violin to the Maasai girl, and she was able to play, for having never seen the instrument actually. She able to picked it up and was singing along, and that was really cool.
My favorite part was definitely when we came across these lions and they were playing around, and there's like a whole tribe of them, pride of them, and there's like a mother and babies, and they were playing and it was for 2 hours that we saw them playing, and it was really cool.
I remember one morning we were driving around, and then we got some call on the radio, and they're like, oh, there's a cheetah way out 5 miles or whatever. I see this beautiful cheetah sitting on a rock, and you see cheetah print on clothes or whatever, and you're like, oh, cheetah print. This is really, really cheetah print.
I think my favorite part of the trip was definitely the community service aspect of it. So the last day was just devoted to community service with the Rlty school in Arusha. And in the morning we spent some time building essentially a new classroom for the school. So some of us were involved in building desks. Some of us made cement blocks to be used as the foundation of the classroom. And just getting that hands-on manual labor and really feeling like we were all making a difference in helping in these kids' education. It was just such a rewarding experience for me.
We built desks and bricks for the local school in Arusha. The school was comprised of more than 1,500 students, and yet there were only 43 teachers and a couple dozen classrooms. The school was desperately in need of supplies. We had heard that as many as 3 to 4 students were often seated at a single desk, and this made us all the more excited to donate our desks and also our bricks so that we could help them to build a new classroom and spread out some of the students that were often so crowded.
In the afternoon, we went to the school in Arusha, and that experience was again just astounding. Just driving up in the cars and seeing thousands of screaming African school children who were just thrilled to have you there is just a sight I'll never forget.
Are you looking forward to a new classroom?
Yeah.
Will the students be spread out more?
We're happy because when you build this class, we divide the double class to be one class to your.
Oh yeah.
I got to meet the headmaster or the principal or whatever of the school and kind of see them while they're still in classes. And then later we went back and they all sang in front of them and taught them different things and about drawing and stuff like that. It was really a great experience, and it was so nice to actually give them a whole classroom just so they can kind of spread out a little bit more since they have so many kids to a desk.
After spending a couple hours with the school children, playing, singing songs, and enjoying each other's company, we finally set to work on building the new classroom. We were happy to see our desks and bricks being put to a good use, and it was truly exhilarating to see the students around us as we worked and built their future classroom.
It was an amazing trip. I mean, how many people get to go to Tanzania with experts and do community service and safari and do everything that we did? It was brilliant.
So for me, the one big lesson I kind of learned from the trip was that your education at Lawrenceville extends outside of the classroom. And it was just really amazing to see that everything we learned in class during the winter term, we were able actually to see firsthand in the Serengeti. So everything about animal behavior, everything about the Serengeti ecosystem and Maasai culture, we were actually able to witness in the field firsthand. And that's really what made it such a rewarding experience for all of us.
I would definitely go back and do it again. I would definitely go back, either to climb Kilimanjaro, go back to the Serengeti, go back to the Masai Mara, to see the Maasai again and see how much they've changed, and maybe even do some research in the area about environmental stuff, because that's what I'm into here. Also, I'd probably definitely go back and see those kids because it'd just be really nice to like teach and be in a different area. And I love Tanzania. It was unbelievable, and for sure, I was like 95% sure I'd go back.